and it's going down, and it's going down. The daily go get up Mism show. Power Monday in the crib. Yeah, and y'all know just how we live. We are doing this on the first day of the week. It's time for 7 o'clock, and now we speak. What's going on, Carol Chamber? La mi favorita. Always a good time to see ya. And Emily Dunlap is in the place. It's always a good thing to see your face. So here we are talking about the power of being unforgiving. Uh-oh. We're talking about the power of being unforgiving tonight. Hold on, we got some things we got to talk about tonight. Yes, we do. Oh, yeah, and I'm glad y'all came through. Let's get it popping. It's the daily go get up Mism show. How y'all feeling tonight, man? I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should, because I know I am. So we're gonna run this thing like we would a scam. Yo, daily go get a Mism show all up in your area. You think it ain't when it is, word. So let's get this thing popping. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We doing some interesting things here. How we do now. All right, y'all. So it's the Daily Go Get a Mism show on this Power Monday all up in your area. And we're talking about the power of being unforgiving. The power of being unforgiving tonight. So, we as a people are known to be very forgiving. But you know what, though? To keep it a buck, I'm going to tell y'all like this. We are known to be very forgiving to everybody except for our own people. Tell me that I'm lying and I will shut up now. You know what I'm saying? Black people will forgive every race and everybody out there except for ourselves. Y'all know it's how it goes down. So we're going to talk about that a little bit tonight. And we also going to get into this whole thing about, how people always say that forgiveness is for yourself. It's not for nobody else. Well, what if you decided that it's really not going to be for nobody else? And it's not going to be for yourself either. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily, the daily go get a business show. We do this every single day, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R's. The Daily Go Get a Business show all up in your area. How y'all feeling? Let's get it popping. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it down, baby. All right. Tonight on this Power Monday, the 13th of July, we are talking about the power of being unforgiving. What you know? The power of being unforgiving. Like I was saying, we say, they say, because I don't say it, but a lot of people say that when you forgive somebody, forgiveness is for yourself. It's not for anybody else. It's not for the person that you are forgiving. I've always struggled with that. And I've also struggled with forgiveness, period. Like everything for me is not a forgivable offense. Like even though somebody may have done something that I didn't like or did me wrong, or however you want to term it, I don't always look at it in a way that person needs to be forgiven, because it may not have been all that serious. It may have been something bad, but at the same time, it wasn't all that serious to me. So the things that fall under my umbrella of needing to be forgiven are things that may have changed the way that I will view you or things over the years. Like going forward, nothing is ever going to be the same because of what you did. So things that changed my outlook on life and my ability to be able to go on with a good mind and good heart. Those are the things that need to fall under the forgiving umbrella. And I believe that I reserve the right of whether to forgive a person or not. And it's not always, it doesn't make you a bad person because I won't forgive you. It just means that I couldn't get out of my feelings about it and I couldn't get through it. For you, it may be totally different. You may not be able to forgive a person because it was something so bad to you that, just like I was talking about, you feel like it has changed your whole outlook, not just on that person, but on life as you see it. And maybe that thing that they did or the way that they impacted you just messed you up bad, real bad. So when we talk about the power of being unforgiving, some people might say there's no power in that. Oh, you gotta forgive him, baby. You gotta forgive him, baby. You gotta forgive him. You got to lay down the law, but as you hold up, I'm gonna do it again. You got to lay down the law, but you still gotta take care of the things that you saw and the things that affect you, can't protect you. You gotta make sure that they respect you, but at the same time, the Lord blesses you, and you gotta make sure they don't mess over you. But you gotta forgive them after a while just to free yourself, because you God's child. Now, how do you do that thing when you know that they tried to kill you? You ain't the king. At least that's how you were feeling at the time. Just a pawn in the game. You wild. And I'm going to tell y'all a little something. Just, things that happen, get your heart pumping. And you be mad as hell. You don't want to be like the devil, but do tell. Now, let's talk about this unforgiving thing. Can you still keep the ring? Can you still go on? Can you still have bad thoughts and so on? Well. Robin Ming, my big sis, Robin Ming is all up in the place of how you feeling. Good to see me some you. That's my word. And also, T. Harry Wright. Thanks for coming through. Tonight. Annette Davis, the number one. What's going on? I said, Annette Davis, the number one. It's time to have some fun. Let's get it popping. Well, this power of being unforgiving thing. Now, we have a lot of layers to this whole little concept. So in this hour, we're going to have to speed through some things, and we may have to slow some things down, because I want to make sure that this is a little bit different than the other shows that we've done previously about forgiveness, because we have done other shows about forgiveness. Now, first, let's ask ourselves, are you a forgiving type of person? Everybody ain't a forgiving type of person. Some people are forgiving type of people, and some people aren't. Some people just don't see the value or the benefit in forgiving somebody. And I don't, it really is a personal choice. Because who am I to tell you how something has affected you and how you should treat that, going forward? Who am I to tell you that? I can't tell you that. That's your business. Now, I can try to counsel you. I can try to comfort you. I can try to help you. I can try to guide you. I can put a bug in your ear. I can try to, broaden your perspective. But I can't tell you how to feel. So when something has happened in your life, when you feel like somebody has done something to you, and hold on, let me say that right. No. Because when somebody has done something to you, they've done something to you. So that's lacking. That's lacking a little bit of compassion. If I say, if you feel like somebody has done something to you, because shoot, they have done something. Let's just say that someone has done something to you. Now, how you handle that situation is going to be different than maybe how I handle a situation. But I can't tell you that, that's small. That's a small thing that they did to you. So I don't know why you getting all bent out of shape about that. You know what I mean? You need to go ahead, shake hands, hug it out, love it out, rub it out, do whatever you got to do with that person. That's not my business to tell you like that. Tell you something like that. Whatever happened to you affected you in the way that it affected you. And you're the one that's going to have to deal with that ultimately. Now, so I want to take that into consideration. So there are a lot of things that may influence the way we look at certain things. There are a lot of external influences that influence our influences. religion. If you're a Christian, you're taught to forgive. That's I'm not trying to diss. I'm not trying to come in nobody's neck about their religion or their religious preferences. But it's true. The Bible says it all the time. You have to forgive. There are all kinds of stories of forgiveness in the Bible, and it tells you that Christ forgives or God forgives us for our sins. Now, when you think about it, and you are a person who practices religion on whatever level that you practice it, if you have been indoctrinated that everybody deserves to be forgiven and that everybody sins, well then it makes sense that you would submit to that type of that those teachings and those feelings and those practices. And I don't have a problem with that. Well, that's if you're a Christian. Is there a way for you to still stay a good Christian even if you haven't found a way to forgive? Personally, I ask God to forgive me for not being able to forgive all the time. I'll be like, listen, God, I mean, you are God, and I know you understand. So listen, let me ask you something. Can I get away with not forgiving because I'm not ready to forgive? And I might not ever be ready. Like, with all due respect, God, this person is fucked up. They say that you don't make no mistakes, but this nigga over here, man, listen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, for in your life, you may feel that is necessary in order to forgive somebody. The question that I have for y'all this evening, and what I want us to think about is, if they say that there's so much power in forgiveness, there's so much power in what I would consider to be submitting to the way that you feel. Okay, now wait. Let me get this right. Let me try to explain myself. I think that when you forgive somebody that you really don't forgive, and I do believe that we try to forgive people who we really don't forgive. And what I mean by that is you may forgive somebody because you feel like that's the right thing to do, but you still have hard feelings towards them. And I want to know y'all opinion on this. Do you think that you can forgive somebody but still be mad at them? Because they say that when you forgive, it's supposed to be a cleansing thing. Well, can you be cleansed and still be like, but I ain't fucking with you no more, and because I don't like you and I don't like what you did? Robbie Ming says, do I curse when I'm talking to God? Sometimes I do. And I'll tell you why. Because God is not man. And man has decided that there are such things as inappropriate language and cursing. Man decided that. God didn't decide that. God, according to the Bible in the book of Genesis, in the city of Babel, when they said, if when they say, look at all of the people that are on earth, they're all able to talk to each other. And if we allow them to be able to communicate with each other in the same language, there's no limit to their power. So we mixed up all the languages. It's actually the most ridiculous thing I've ever read, but it's in the Bible. And those of y'all who have read the book of Genesis and really read it, you know what I'm talking about. So, if God can forgive rapists, if God can forgive murderers, if God can forgive liars, if God can forgive thieves, if God can forgive those who are evil spirited and mean spirited and deceptive in their ways, dealings, and feelings, I think God can let a few shit damn hell motherfuckers go. I really think He can. What they don't they always say? God knows my heart. I mean, if you don't watch your, you watch your tongue in front of God who you've never seen, but you don't watch your tongue, you don't watch your mouth around man that you see every day. Well, anyway, let's keep moving. So Robbie Ming says it's hard to forgive sometimes. It is. And I think that maybe one of the reasons that it's hard to forgive is because we have to live with what somebody has done to us. We have to live with the carnage of what has been inflicted upon us. Now, sure, it can be our perspective about how severe something is. Like maybe something that's big to me may be small to you, and vice versa. But nonetheless, if I feel like somebody has wronged me, I'm the one that has to package that or unpack that. I have to find a way to deal with it, and I may not be able to find a way to deal with it. So what do y'all think? Can you forgive somebody in your heart, but still be mad at them in your mind? Is it possible? Because they make this forgiveness thing a little tough, because they tell you in order to forgive, you gotta let it go all the way. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me in order to forgive you, I gotta start hanging around you, or letting you hang around me the same way I did when you dissed the shit out of me, or when you fronted on me, or when you tried to kill me, or when you hurt me, or when you ruined my life, or when you humiliated me, or when you tried to take me down, or when you tried to take me out, or when you tried to do me in? Yeah. Mm. If that's the case, me and my cohorts may never forgive anybody. Carol Chamberlain says, I forgive, but I don't forget. Carol, people will tell you that you gotta forgive and forget. Especially if you're married. You gotta forgive and forget. How do you forget? They say we only use 10% of our brain, and that 10% of our brain doesn't forget shit. They say we just can't recall everything. But how is it that somebody can hurt your feelings, hurt your heart? You know what I'm saying? Crush your spirit and your soul. And you're going to forget. Come on, man. But they tell me, they tell you, they tell me, they tell us, they tell we that that's what we have to do in order to get this forgiveness thing up. I mean, get this forgiveness thing off. Now, here's what I want to ask y'all. I said, here's what I want to ask y'all. The power that they say that you get in forgiving somebody, what if you decided to reverse that power and not forgive them? What if you didn't forgive them? Are you saying that we can't have power in unforgiving or being unforgiving? And then David says it really depends on the act or how I feel about the person, if I forgive them or not. Robbie Ming says when you forgive people so many times, they continue to do the same stuff. I know that forgiveness is for the person who was done wrong. What they say that forgiveness is not for the person who that has done wrong. They say forgiveness is for you, the person that has been done wrong. Oh, my bad. Okay, they say, okay, you said it right. My bad. You said, I know that forgiveness is for the person who was done wrong. My bad. I read it wrong. Yeah, they say that forgiveness is for yourself, not for the person who did you bad. And I'm like, well, how come they feel so much better that you forgave them? To the point where they try to do the same bullshit later on after they think that you forgot, because you were supposed to forgive and forget. I struggle. But I think that there's power in being unforgiving. Because if you don't forgive, that means that you remember what happens to you. Or, you remember what happened to you. And then maybe maybe now you can prevent it from happening again. How do you forgive somebody and forget what happened and prevent it from happening to you again? Is every time somebody violates you a fresh start? Is that a fresh start, even though it happens to you time and time again? Is it? Is it I mean, does everybody deserve a second chance? And a second chance, and a third second chance, and a fourth second chance, and second chances? Because if you give somebody a fresh start after every violation, then you are giving second chances time and time again. You can't up the count. You can't be like, no, this is the fourth time. Nope, it's the second time because you forgave and forgot. Now, for our people, black people, black people are hard on each other. We will forgive every other race for things that they do to us. We've been disenfranchised, we've been demonized, we've been terrorized, we have been harassed, we have been treated with injustice, we have been discriminated against, we have been had institutional racism practiced against us, we have been always put last and chosen last and never given a fair shake and equal opportunities. We've never been granted those types of things, no matter what has happened. And I wonder sometimes is if it's because we always forgive. Is it because we believe that everybody should be forgiven? Now, if y'all anything like me, y'all have been around black people that would tell you in a minute, I wouldn't do what other races have done to us because that's not right. And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't right when they did it. So you're telling me that what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander. You're telling me that a dose of their own medicine is not a good thing. You're telling me that we can't pull a you on you, or we can't pull a them on them. Okay. All right. Well, it just seems like other races don't play that shit. They employ slogans like never forget. 9/11, yo, never forget. The Holocaust, yo, never forget. Civil War, yo, never forget. 1776, never forget that. 1776, never forget that. Independence Day, we will never forget. We will never forget. Look how many people didn't know about Juneteenth, man. Look how many of our black asses didn't know nothing about Juneteenth. And even though we may not have said it to each other, and we may not have said it, period, many of us probably feel like, yeah, I didn't know nothing about Juneteenth, and it didn't really matter if I didn't know about it. I'm still getting mine. You know how it goes. But black people are very hard on other black people. It's a fact that I hate, but that I have to acknowledge because it's true. We will forgive the white man for slavery, for Jim Crow, for institutionalized racism, and we'll even make excuses for them. If you don't believe that black people will make excuses for mistreatment by white people, think about it. Some people are going to listen to this show and they're going to be like, look, he's a reverse racist himself. Look at that. Look, he talking about race. Why you got to talk about race? What does race have to do with it? What does race have to do with it? What does race have to do with it when we in the courts? Anybody who works in the courts, criminal court, you tell me what race has to do with it. When you see all of these black brothers and sisters getting convicted and getting harsh sentences for non-violent crimes or even violent crimes that weren't life-threatening crimes. And you tell me what race has to do with it, especially when you compare it to their white counterparts who have done way worse crimes and received much lighter sentences. You tell me what race has to do with it. Your black dumbass can try to sweep race under the rug all you want, all day, every day. But when you go to the courts, you tell me how it works out. Now, when I say that black people are very forgiving of other non-black people, it's true. And it's a fact that I hate, but it's a fact that you have to acknowledge. By the way, make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit the like button, hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share this show. It's an important show. Make sure you share it. And also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel thus far, this is the Daily Go Get It Show. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the rrr, and we are talking about the power of being unforgiving. Like I said, somebody a black person will murder or hurt somebody in our family, and we'd be like, I ain't forgiving that motherfucker. You know what I mean? No good nigga, blah, 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 blah. We gonna carry that. And we'll say things like, ain't no white person ever hurt me. Ain't no white person ever done anything to me. But my own brothers and sisters have done this. They have teased me. They talked about my weed. They talk about how dark I was. They talked about how I wasn't this, that, and the third. They talked about how I was bougie and light skinned. They talk. We won't forgive our own people. Shoot, many of us will move out in the burbs because we don't want to be around ourselves. We don't want to be around our kind no more. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. I ain't saying that everybody who moved out in the burbs doesn't want to be around black people. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is there are plenty of black people who feel that way. We don't forgive each other. We don't even forgive ourselves for our mental enslavement. We don't forgive ourselves for that. We don't make concessions for that. We don't even give excuses for that. Speaking of excuses, I started to say, and what I need to say, speaking of that whole, if you think that black people don't forgive white people for injustices that they have perpetrated against us, you look at Donald Trump and those black Trump supporters. Any Trump supporters defend this man to the hilt with all of the outrageous, outlandish, crazy, stupid, asinine things that he does. They always find a way to forgive him. And you look at the black people that are Trump supporters, and you tell me if black people don't forgive white people for everything. Because if you can find it in your heart and in your mental state to find good and justice in that man, you are Sambo'd out. I don't care who you are. You are straight Sambo. No, I ain't say you was no Uncle Tom. You a Sambo. Boot licking. You know what I'm saying? Boot licking. Listen. Yesterday I was chilling with my daddy. I was at my daddy's house and we was chilling. You know what I mean? I was talking to him, and my dad, he has a little Trump support in his blood. And I'm like, we need to talk about this shit because I ain't feeling it. Because we have a show called the Legacy of a Nation show. And as far as I'm concerned, he was giving him he was giving Donald Trump a little bit too much credit. And I wasn't feeling that because he ain't getting none from me. I can acknowledge some of your positive traits without making you look like a good guy, because I don't have that forgiving. I guess it's my unforgiving type of nature that I'm like, nah. Once I decide that you're bad, you're bad. We're not fucking around like that. We're not getting down like that. But if you look at the things that Donald Trump has done, but even before he became president, the things that people have swept under the rug, the way that his real estate practices and the way that he kept black people out of his buildings, the way he admitted that he did it, the way that he admitted that he practiced unfair housing practices in his properties in New York. You know, make sure he don't have no black people living in his buildings. And then you take the whole Central Park 5, the Central Park jogger case, in which Donald Trump personally took out a personal ad in the New York Daily News to have those 5 black young men arrested, convicted, and they were arrested and convicted, and later on exonerated because they were all innocent. But he's personally responsible for getting involved in that shit. And I hear people defend that shit. I hear people defending it, and it makes me sick to my stomach. Makes me sick to my stomach. And you're going to hear black people defending that bullshit. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones? How you feeling, my brother? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate me some you. Yes, I do. So yeah. So when you hear black Trump supporters, you hearing the power of forgiveness out of control, son. And they trying to make sense out of this shit. I'm looking like, Massa can't do no wrong. Massa can't do no wrong, man. You're a black Trump supporter. You are a forgiving person. And yo, Massa got you. Massa got you. And I don't give a fuck. My family knows my family members know. So, you're a Trump supporter. I tell you straight up and down, like, oh, Massa got you good. Nah, it ain't. Yes, it is. Massa got you good. Because y'all not defending the Republican Party, the GOP, the conservatives, the Tea Party. You're not defending none of that. You're defending Donald Trump. That's all. I was like, and if you can find a way to defend him only, and you forgiving him because he told you to. You've heard the way some black people talk about former President Obama, though. He ain't never do nothing for black people. He ain't do this. He ain't do that. He's gay. His wife is the man. He's really the woman. All kinds of shit. Donald Trump married, got a porn star as the first lady. Y'all niggas ain't say nothing about that. You black people ain't say nothing. And listen, man, I don't want to get all political, but it's an example. And if we're talking about forgiveness, I think it's just something that you have to take into consideration. Robbie Ming says, Omar, are you voting for Kanye? Man, I won't even buy a Kanye album again. He's dead to me. He's dead. He's dead. All right. Yeah, man, the power of being unforgiving. Now, I believe in my heart of hearts that if black people could practice being unforgiving towards other people other than black people, then we would be unified. But it's that thing that keeps us from being unified. We blame ourselves for our own struggle. We blame ourselves for our disenfranchisement, and we are very unforgiving when it comes to it. So, all right. Let me see. Robbie Mink says, I forgive people in my heart, but love them from a distance and stay away from people. Carol Chamberlain says, yes, it is for me. My nephew, I've forgiven, but I can't help but be angry because he cut me deep in my soul. Yeah. Emily says she forgives me. Thank you. I can die now. Thank you so much. So much. So much. Carol says, I've always forgave people time and time again until too many times. Now I just walk off into the sunset and live my life. Yeah, I mean, if all that forgiving and being done wrong again don't make you tired, I don't know what will. Annette Davis says, when I was younger, forgiveness wasn't an option for me. If you did me dirty, better be prepared to be retaliated against because I was going to get you. I think we need to talk about that, Annette. Can you forgive somebody and still retaliate against them? Why not? Why not? I can't forgive you and still get you back? Why not? And I'm going to show y'all a way that I think we can. And maybe y'all don't agree with that either. But I think we need to take a little look into that, Annette. Hey, yo, Annette. Hey, yo, Annette. I think we need to take a little look into that, Annette. For example, somebody, let's say you got into a car accident, and the reason that you got into a car accident is because somebody blew a red light on purpose and hit you, fucked you up. You know, you got to go to therapy for 18 months or whatever. You're never really going to be the same, and you're traumatized. So now every time you get into a car, you know, you like a deer in the headlights, like, yo, and that's whether you're driving or you're a passenger. Maybe you have chosen never to drive again because of what happened. But even as a passenger, you have all this anxiety. Now you don't feel like the person, even in their reckless abandonment, you don't feel like they intentionally set out to hurt you, but because they were so reckless, they put you in danger and they hurt you. Well, you may forgive them, like, yo, I know you didn't mean to do it, and I forgive you for that. But yo, guess what? You're gonna pay these damages though. Yes, I forgive you. But you're gonna pay these damages though. Listen, I know that you're a good person and you have a good heart. Here, come here, let me hug you. But I'm suing you. We going to court and I'm taking you for everything because you messed up my life. Can you sue somebody and say that you forgave them? Answer me, please. Let me know. Let me know. Because I feel like if you can sue somebody and still forgive them, then you should be able to retaliate against them. Because suing them is a form of retaliation. Suing somebody is a form of retaliation. It's get back, and it's absolutely payback. You're going to pay me back. You need to make me whole. So, Annette, can you forgive somebody and still get them back? Can you forgive somebody and still give them back? Can you forgive somebody and still give them back? Can you give somebody and still get them back? Can you give somebody and still give them back? Can you make sure that they be under attack? Can you make sure they never again do the whack to you? Make sure that you always come through. Can you give somebody and still get them back? Can you give somebody and still pay you back? Can you give somebody and still pay you back? Yo, I got you, Black. Yo, you won't do this to me no more, because I'm gonna make sure that I close that door up. Opportunity, you have ruined me, and I'm going to get you back for what you did to me, and I'm going to get paid. I'm taking you to court, and I'm yo, we gonna get this cash, and you lucky I ain't called my people to straight smash your ass. I know where you live, yo. Got a lot to give, yo. I'm walking it funny for the rest of my life, and I be goddamn, you ain't gonna pay the price for that. Plus, I have nightmares. Yeah, nigga go to bed and still scared. And I ain't trying to hear that shit. You gonna pay me back every fucking bit. Hey, yo, Annette, why I can't say your name like that? Why I can't say, hey yo? Yo. Fuck that. Fuck that. I got some. Hey, yo. Ah, man, I'm just saying. All right, my man Samaj Network is all up in the house. What's going on, Alabama? All up in the house. Alabama, Alabama, Alabama. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming on through. I appreciate me some you. Yes, I do. Now, Carol Chamberlain says, once I got that check in hand, yes, exactly. So you know why is it? Why do we have all of these barriers and all of these parameters and all of these extra rules to forgiving somebody or not forgiving somebody? It's almost it almost seems to me like they're telling you that you have to forgive somebody the way somebody else tells you to forgive them. Like, no, you can't forgive me like that. You got to forgive me like this. What you mean I got to forgive you like that? No, I'll forgive you like this. I mean, there has to be some power that you keep for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I got to forgive you. Plus, I have to forgive you your own way. Man, listen. Man, listen. Man, listen. Ansel says, yes, pay my bills. Okay. 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 Bean. Oh, Bean, I ain't even see you. Bean, what's going on, Bean? Good to see you, Bean. Thanks for coming through and being seen. That's my word. And that, and that, Annette Davis says, yes, you can. My mother let this woman drive my car while I was out to sea. She had an accident and gave the police my name. My insurance came at me, so I went at her. It took a long time to clear that up. So did you forgive her, but you still sued her? Is that what you telling me? You forgave her, but you still sued her? You forgave her, but you still sue her? Is that right? You forgave her, but you still did something to her? And did you slap her in the face? Did you come at her neck? Did you say RESPECT, respect my name? Put some respect on my name, or I'm going to run this game and I'm going to slap this game. How you gonna give the cops my name like you me? You don't do that shit to me, and you'll see now you're gonna pay the price. I ain't throwing this rice. This ain't a wedding. I'ma knock your ass, and I ain't getting locked up for it. I'ma whoop your ass, but I'm gonna forgive you after I get this cash. All right, y'all. All right. Yeah, I'm saying. Did she I mean, colon ring. Yes. Colorine, when I started drinking this shit, it started making me forget niggas. I got them forget niggas, you know what I'm saying? But it still told me that, yo, son, still be hard. Don't forgive them all, son. The United States ain't forgave whoever is responsible for the 9/11 attacks. And they tell you, never forget. The Jews never forgave the Nazis, and they ain't going to. The Jews never forgave the Nazis, and they ain't going to. Yet our black ass is forgiving everybody for slavery. We forgiving everybody for Jim Crow. We forgiving everybody for institutionalized racism. We giving everybody for systemic racism. We forgiving everybody for slavery reloaded, which is the privatization of prisons. We forgave everybody. Remember when Bill Clinton got caught getting the chewy from Monica Lewinsky? He was getting the chewy. You know what I'm saying? She's getting chewy. You know what I'm saying? Like nah, it's Bill Clinton. You need to keep it small. One hand. One hand. Oh shit! He hit my dress. I figured she must have got the nut on a dress from maybe she was trying to get a pearl necklace. Catholics be talking about a pearl necklace. That's when you give a dude a chewy, and when he busts, you put it on your neck, and they call that a pearl necklace. I'm like, what sensation did he get from your neck? Okay. All right. So black people rushed to defend him. That was the thing that made y'all start calling him the first black president. Oh yeah, he got his dick. I'm like, y'all dumb. You dumb motherfuckers. Meanwhile, this motherfucker made the 3 strikes rule. You know what I mean? He made he put in the institutional. I mean the privatization of prisons. He did everything. He had so many conservative ideals towards crime and punishment. Yet y'all found a way to forgive y'all massa, man. Man, we be forgiving massa. Meanwhile, the Jews still ain't forgiving the Nazi. Meanwhile, the U.S., which means the white people in the United States, still ain't forgiving whoever is responsible for the 9/11 attacks. Even though I feel like that was an inside job. But you look, man. Hey, yo, side. Hey, yo, side. Hey, yo, word mother for real. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, look, man. Look, I'm not so sure that you have to forgive somebody in order to move on, but some people feel like they have to forgive somebody in order to move on because they feel like if they don't forgive them, then they just feel like they're not going to be able to go on. And I have to respect that. Even though that doesn't apply to me and I don't agree with it and I don't feel that way, I still have to respect it. Now, when I think about my own life, I have to ask myself, like, has there ever been a situation where I felt like I had to forgive somebody for doing something that I didn't really want to forgive them for? And nothing really comes to my mind because if I don't want to forgive you, I ain't forgiving you. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I can't go on because I definitely am able to go on. I think if there's nothing in my life that I've been able to do better in life and that's go on. Like, yo, yeah, I'm still mad, but guess what? I'm moving on though. Yeah, that was fucked up, and you know what I mean? I don't see why that had to happen to me, but I'm moving on. That doesn't make me any more special than anybody else. It doesn't make me any stronger than anybody else. You know? It's just that maybe that's just the way I deal with things. Wow. Ansel Jones says this is a 5-star show tonight. Really? Really? That's so cool. I wonder if you're just saying it. Oh, Annette says she went to jail for a minute. Well, she kind of. Yo, you could have went to jail for a minute over that shit. Annette says, Omar, we'll settle this name thing. You are my Annette. 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 CK Wright says danger equals anger. TK Wright says some folks have slipped into the forgiveness crack. Slipped through the forgiveness crack. Carol Chamberlain says, and I ain't forgiving anyone for slavery either. And I ain't forgiving them too. No. But yeah, man, so I mean, those are really the questions that I wanted to ask. Like, can you retaliate against somebody and still say that you forgive them? Can you forgive somebody and still not really forgive them? Like, can you forgive them just enough for them to be forgiven, or for y'all to be functional, or to at least be cordial, but still, you haven't really forgiven them? Or do you have to have a full service forgive? You know what I mean? Do you have to have a full service? Like, I forgive you for everything. We're okay. We're crew again. I love you. I mean, because when how somebody ways are, when you know how somebody's ways are, you know what I mean? You can't ignore that shit. Like, if I know how you are, I know how you are. I can't unknow how you are. Can you? And that's, to me, that's almost what having to forgive somebody is telling you to do. You have to unknow what somebody does, or how somebody is, or what they're capable of. Well, how do you unknow? How? How? Because once I get it, I got it. Like, oh, okay. Oh, you get down like that. Watch it like this. Oh, you rock it like that. Okay. Well, now I have to make a decision, like whether I'm going to rock with you, still be cool with you, still hang out with you, but in my mind, feel like I'm distancing myself from you, because that happens sometimes. You feel like you are distancing yourself from somebody, but you ain't really distancing yourself from somebody. You just mentally you are mentally distancing yourself from somebody. At least that's how you feel. But you're still right there. You're still in harm's way. You're still in a place where you can be touched. Touched. Samaj Network says some things are unforgivable. I don't care if it is a Christmas or Thanksgiving. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Unforgivable. Ain't got no argument for me, my brother. Some things just ain't gonna fly. Some things just ain't gonna stay dry under the forgiveness umbrella. Like, you gonna get wet. Look, everything is getting wet under this umbrella, but especially what you did, because it's storming. Everything you did is storming. It's coming down, and it's coming down on an angle, and this umbrella can't keep us dry. And that Davis, the number one, says there are levels to my forgiveness. Some things are unforgivable. I hear you, Anna. Anna so says, I seen my Air Force drill instructors from 2000. And they said people still mad at them 20 years later. They made it though. Carol Chamberlain says, I forgave my ex-husband for my children, but trust me, he knows I could care less. It's all a front for my kids. That's how I feel about all my secret baby moms. They ain't shit. My regular baby, I mean, my secret baby. Listen, man, my secret baby moms, they be on that bullshit, and they a bunch of snitches. That's the shit that be making me mad. That 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 that's the shit that be making me mad. You understand what I'm saying? Do you underdig? Do you overstand? We about to get up out of here in a minute. But listen, I just wanted to talk about this shit for a minute because this is this whole forgiveness thing, the concept of forgiveness, it can really get to us. And it has. And I feel like it has crippled us as a people. And it continues to. Forgiveness is supposed to be a good thing, but it also has the power to weaken us. So when I ask about the power of being unforgiving, I think that's just respecting the events in your history. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder what our ancestors, what did the ancestors think of being of our forgiving nature? I posted something today, y'all. I don't know if y'all peeped it, but I posted a list of abolitionists some that we know about and some that we didn't know about. And I was thinking about it this morning because I was like, you know what? We hear about like, Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Ida B. Wells, and people like that. And I'm thinking like, have we gotten to the point? Have we been indoctrinated to think that the only successful abolitionists were women? The rebels like a Nat Turner and a Denmark Vesey and what's my other man's name? Anyway, like they weren't successful. And I'm thinking about like the technology, man. The technology is something else. So we thinking like only our women can be successful, even going all the way back to then. Our aggressive men.
10 seconds.
And you notice they always show pictures of like Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth. They never show beautiful pictures of them. You're not going to tell me that the way that they've been portrayed in those pictures are the best of the beauty that they possess. They made them look haggard and wretched and actually pretty masculine. And I just don't think that that's the way it was. I don't think that. Robin Ming asks, how many baby moms do you have? The secret baby moms, like 7. But I mean, like them kids ain't really cute. And so I don't think they mind. Matter of fact, I don't think they minds either. And like those secret baby moms, like some of them was ratchet and some of them was like some of them wouldn't share their food stamps with me. So I'm not like I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I ain't getting no DNA on them kids and whatever. And sometimes the kids don't be acting like me. Like, certain things that are important. A father knows his kids. And sometimes I don't be feeling no connection between me and the kids. I'll be like they'll ask me like, yo, dad, can you play this video game with me? And I'll be like, all right, what game? And it'll be something corny like Sonic the Hedgehog. And I'm like, that ain't my son. Get the fuck out of here. My son wouldn't play no punk ass games like that. My son would play like shooting games or like sports or something. So I don't. Shout out to all my secret baby moms. And then David says, I asked my daughter for forgiveness for bringing her into the world without her father. Wow. Okay. Ansel said, did you put John Doe on the birth certificate? Man, I'm signing that birth certificate. And that says she knows who her father is. That's no secret for her. That's what's up. Robbie, why you telling me to stop it? You asked me a question. I'm trying to keep it a buck with you. My son wouldn't be no punk, and he wouldn't play no punk ass video games. So, you know who might play punk ass video games? His real dad. So anyway, Emily talking about some Omarion is definitely yours. Stop playing. See, no son of mine would ever have a whack ass name like Omarion. Omar is one of those names that you gotta stop at Omar. Anything you put after that, you just solidified that he's gonna be a little sissy. You don't see like the name Lamar. You don't see no like Lamarion. Like, yo, what's your mom extra? What the fuck is a Lamarion or Lamari? Like, yo, you just went a little too far to make a name sound cute. Lamari, Omari. Like, what the fuck are you doing? That's why women should never be allowed to name the child. No baby that I would ever have with shit. If I ain't naming them, they not being born. I'll kick you in the stomach. All right, we're about to get out of here, man. Let's do these birthday shout outs. Kara Samuel says, my daughter's son's father wouldn't sign his birth certificate, so I told her to tell him he's dead, rotten bastard. My bad, Samaj. Look, man, listen. Look, man. T. Carey Wright talking about some Sonic is fun. That shit whack. And like I said, no son of mine would play any non-violent video games. My sons would never play anything that was rated E. Ever. I start him off on like Resident Evil and let him work his way up from there. You know what I mean? Have him playing Duke Nukem or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? My son ain't Jay. I don't know what y'all talking about. I ain't got no J ass sons. Let's do these birthday shout outs, man. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious July 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They are number one out the box, Ella Joss. Happy birthday to you, Ella. And also my girl who used to live right across the street from my mama, Juanita DeBose. Turned at 53 years old. Juanita DeBose. Happy birthday to you, Juanita. And last but not least, from back in the Penn State days, met her in 1989, my girl Pam Williams. I think Pam is a lawyer. Penn State proud. Pam Williams, happy birthday to you, Pam. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious July 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on, do the damn thing, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, listen, man, there is power in forgiveness, and there's also power in not being forgiven. I mean, hey, you can't have the yin without the yang. You can't have the alpha without the omega. You know, things can't always be one way. I understand why people would say that you have to forgive or that you should forgive. And for those who feel that way, listen, more power to you. And I get it and I understand and I'm with it and I feel you. However, that's not what I'm going to do. I think that we as a people need to kind of chill out on all of this forgiving, this forgiving nature that we have somehow adopted. I think that we have to do a little something different because this shit ain't working for us too hot. I don't think it's doing what it's supposed to do. But I do believe in therapy and counseling. And maybe for all of us, for some of us, we need to be more forgiving. And that's all right. It's a personal choice. Just don't tell everybody that they have to do the same thing because that's not going to fly, baby. It's going to be y'all right. And I guarantee it's going to be y'all right. Think it won't. And everything that's going to come out right because we're going to take care of it before the end of the night. And everything is going to go on down. I'm going to forgive you. But for right now, I'm going to make sure that I protect myself. I'm going to protect my physical, my health, and my wealth. And yo, my peoples, come on through. I love you. And I know that you love me too. Y'all know you do. Yo, we'll be back on tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Make sure that y'all come through tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. So peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. So we're gonna get this thing popping. So let's get on up out of here. Let's get on up out of here, y'all. Hey yo. Hold on now. I was just before I get out of here, something I want to take a look at. All right, let's get out of here. All right, on the blog talk side, I'm a holla back, yo. I get back, I get back. And on the YouTube side, thanks for coming on through. Oh, I love you, yo. I really do. Peace.